Let's start from the beginning. What made you want to become a physio in the first place?
Well, in the first place, I love the game of cricket. So I wanted to find a job that I could be involved in cricket, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So physiotherapy was probably it, because I went to a physio when I was a cricketer and she got me better. So I, at a young age, probably about grade 10 or 11, I decided I wanted to become a cricket physio.
Yeah. And so what was your first job as a physio in cricket?
So my first job was whilst I was studying at UWC.
Mm-hmm.
So whilst I was still an undergrad, playing varsity league cricket, also did work with the players after a day's play. So I did a bit of both. So that was the main introduction. And then after I qualified, I worked with the SA University's team for 2 years. In 2006.
Sorry, can you just tell me some of the players that were in that SA University team that you dealt with?
So
And
let's see, Stephen Cook. We went on the first SA Universities tour, first and last SA Universities tour in 2008
Okay.
to the UK. So in that team, Richard Dasneves was the captain. Stephen Cook was there. Amongile Sodomo, Andrew Birch, Chad Baxter, Gershwin Rabi, Python Bullion, just
Cool.
to name a few.
Yeah.
Quite a nice team. Richard Cameron was there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then from there onwards, you can continue the story.
Okay, so then I was with the SA Universities team, and then in 2008 I finished my master's degree in physiotherapy, and it was cricket related as well. So I was very narrow-minded in terms of cricket. So I wrote a thesis on management of fast bowlers, and then in 2008, the same year, I got a call from the Hyper Lions physio at the time, Evan Speechley, to come and assist him in Johannesburg. So I flew from Cape Town to Joburg, and I did a couple games. And then in 2009, he called me again because he was off to the IPL, and I did a month. And in 2009, I was asked to do the National Academy, which is a nice surprise. So I went to Bangladesh with them.
Wow.
And then whilst I was in Bangladesh, Dave Nosworthy, the Lions coach at the time, phoned me in Bangladesh and asked me if I want to work full-time for the Lions. Which was amazing, because at the time there was no such thing as a full-time cricket physiotherapist. So in 2010 I moved up to Joburg, and I took a 10-month contract on a whim to follow my dream. And and then I became the first professional cricket physio. So how it worked in the past was that you work for your own practice and you were a consultant to a team.
Okay.
You weren't necessarily given a full-time contract to work just with cricketers. So I was there basically the whole day, similar to a player.
Yeah.
Contract. And then my contract got renewed, and I worked at the academy again. So the 2 years for the National Academy, and then 2010 to 2018 I was with the Lions full time.
Yeah.
And SAA, I started becoming the SAA physio from 2012. Yeah. I did the progression.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you kind of did like a progression of what like a player would go through.
Yeah, so I went from SA universities, I went to National Academy, I went through professional franchise cricket, and then I got the SAA job.
Cool, awesome. And right now, give me some of the highlights of your time as a physio so far. What has been your proudest moments that you've achieved so far?
Obviously, on the top of the list would be, well, my whole entire goal in life was to become the Proteas physio, and obviously when I got that in December last year, that was an amazing accomplishment for me. But obviously before that, there's obviously a massive part that contributed to that, and so obviously meeting Dave Nosworthy he's still quite influential in my career.
Yeah.
I still see him as a massive mentor to me, who gave me that opportunity with the Lions in 2010. That was a great highlight in my career.
Yeah.
And then in 2016, I opened the Wanderers Sports Medical Center at the Wanderers.
Oh.
Which is a big thing for me because it's the first of its kind in a stadium, and it has a whole allotment of practitioners,
Awesome.
12 practitioners, and my whole vision is to try and bridge the gap between the elite and the amateur.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably a big part of my progression in my career, because that's what I want to try and achieve. It's not just about the elite,
Yeah.
and I'm honored to be where I am, but the elite get everything quickly.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So you're getting a diagnosis immediately because you can have an MRI immediately.
Mm.
You can see a doctor immediately.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait in queues necessarily. But the whole vision behind the Sports Medical Center, the Wonder Sports Medical Center, is that we've got all these practitioners there that are high in their disciplines themselves, but it's in a focal point where everyone understands where the Wanderers is, and they can tap into that system in order to try and get guys better quicker.
Yeah.
So using the similar model to the elite, but trying to reproduce it in a lower level.
Cool, that is amazing.
Yeah, that's I would point out those three. Obviously, it comes with meeting it's starting at the Lions, then the medical center, and then obviously reaching my dream.
Yeah.
in December 2018.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your time with the Proteas. We all know sportsmen can be stubborn. Some they have different personalities. Who would you say is the most stubborn when it comes to rehabilitation and listening to your advice when it comes to injuries, etc., etc.?
There's no one actually.
Oh.
Actually, we've got an amazing culture in our team.
Yeah.
It's extremely refreshing, and it's harped on almost every day. There's no such thing as superiority and senior players.
Yeah.
Everyone understands that all of us have different roles to play. I have a physiotherapy role to play. Greg King has a strength and conditioning role to play. Justin Ontong has a fielding role to play.
Yeah.
And we all we all are there because we deserve to be there, and we are respected for that by each player.
Cool.
And actually, I haven't had any difficulties at all.
That's awesome. Are there any funny moments that you can share with me with the team?
A funny moment, personal funny moments. I guess it was probably the latest one in the last series. I was asked to. Rassie van Andersen made his debut, and I obviously know him pretty well from the Lions.
Yeah.
And I was asked to say a few words on his behalf in our capping ceremony. And I said I'm normally a nervous character, but I managed to get a few words to welcome him to the team. But I actually said good luck for the next day, and we were playing on that day. So everyone had a good laugh at me because I got a bit nervous at the end. But yeah, that's probably it was nice to break the ice.
And also regards to younger players and older players, to be able to switch between the two, it's obviously, I don't know if it's obviously harder maybe to keep the older guys fitter than the younger guys, isn't it?
Age is always a factor in life in general.
Yeah.
It's not individuals, but in medicine you kind of come to a point where you get to a certain age, the body isn't the same as it was when it was 21.
Yeah.
So obviously, re-educating players on taking more time in the gym and stretching more and doing the little things is important. So everyone's in tune with that and realizes that they're not little whippets anymore, and they actually take time to add an extra 10 minutes before the warm-up starts, a little bit more time in the gym, a little bit more conditioning. So all that, like I said in the previously, they're very welcoming to new ideas and doing these extra parts to create longevity in their careers.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, a highlighted injury that was quite massive was Dale Steyn when he picked up that regional injury and he got injured again at Newlands. How much influence did you have on his recovery, and what sort of help did you give him to get to nurse him to health again, and for him to get back to the Dale Steyn that we know again?
Obviously, we're pretty blessed in South Africa. I mean, I'm based in Johannesburg and Dale's based in Cape Town, and everyone's based around the country.
Yeah.
And creating a system where communication is important with other physiotherapists is massively important to me as a Protea physio. So I was not hands-on with him at all in his recovery. We basically monitored him and communicated with his physio in Cape Town.
Okay.
And they have assisted massively in getting him back because he obviously lives in Cape Town. So I didn't have any hands-on with him. He was treated and he was managed. Obviously, we as the medical staff would get him to see specialists. We set out appointments for him. We do all the logistical things. But obviously, because we're in different zip codes, I don't necessarily treat him, and I must give all that credit to the physios in Cape Town for that.
Awesome. And with regards to your relationship with Dr. Musashi and how much he's helped you settle into the team, and what guys have helped you helped your transition smooth, to make it easier? I know the culture is very good, but are there some individuals that you would like to name with regard to helping you settle in the team?
Yeah, obviously you named Dr. Musashi. He's a massive influence because he's a doctor and he's a manager, and he basically manages the support staff, which I'm included in.
Exactly.
And he's a big contributor to my ease into the team. We've had a long history in terms of our relationship, stemming back from the Lions days, and he was on the board at the Lions, and he worked, and intermittently I worked with the Proteas before getting the full-time job, and we always communicated. He always spoke to me about not just looking at being a cricket physio, which is very important because you have to have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
And that's the important part about it. I mean, you can't be in this profession your whole life.
Yeah.
Your family takes a massive strain, and the support of my family and especially my wife is huge in my success and my mind in the job. And he's probably one that influenced me in starting the Wanderers Sports Medical Centre. We were actually in London with the before Champions Trophy a couple of years ago, and we had a conversation about making sure that I have something to fall back after cricket.
Yeah.
And that was a conversation that I took on board, and that's one of the reasons. That's probably the main reason I started the
medical center. Yeah.
Yeah. That's obviously something that I need to continue working on and progressing and making sure that that's going well, because being the Proteas physio, it can't last forever. Otherwise, it takes a huge strain on family.
Okay, and there's two more questions. One is, can you just give me a general, like, I know you can't give me exactly bit for bit, but just a generalization of your schedule, of what it would be like during your series, your physio schedule.
If we look at a test match, and I can look at test match in South Africa. So I'll probably get up quite early. I like to get to the ground pretty early to set up. So we normally get test match starts at about 10:30. So I'll work backwards. So 10:30 the day starts. I'll get to the warm up starts at 9:30. I'll try and be at the stadium at around 8:00. I go on my own because I have a combi because of emergencies. So I'm happy to get onto the combi, and I like to settle down. So I get to the ground around 8. Each guy has their particular things that they like, so I'll prepare drinks for them and leave it at their spot. I'll cut up strapping for their fingers, and if they have medication, I'll leave it at their spot. I'll cut up all my strapping to get ready for the guys that come, because I strap a few ankles and shoulders, etc. So that prep's done before the guys arrive. I'll probably take about half an hour to strap everyone, and then get to the warm-up, and then I'll assist Greg King with the warm-up and get our guys that have little niggles. Like I said, some of the older guys come in a bit earlier, and we warm up and do activations before that, and then we into the warm-up, and then I'm fixed on the game the entire time. So I'm always watching, because as a physio, you need to if an injury occurs, you need to understand how the injury occurred.
Yeah.
So you need to understand the mechanism of injury to have a better idea of how to treat. But injuries don't happen every day. So so you just watch all the time. Drinks at lunch and at tea, you treat and that's it's a batting day. I'll have a timetable out for the guys, and they book times, and I normally work with the bowlers during a test match while the guys are batting. So I'm always keeping them loose and active, and the bed's normally in a good viewing position outside, where we can always watch the cricket. So you're watching and treating, which gets treatment to go much quicker. How's that? Yeah. So on a batting day, I'll be treating in between. On a bowling day, I'm watching intently. And when the guys come off, the bowlers come off for the breaks, you're always checking if they need things. You're hydrating them. Some may need a little rub down before they get back. All that stuff. Then after the day's play, work really starts again. So in all places, I get a massage therapist to assist me. So massage therapist and myself work together, and normally we start around 7. So 7 till 9. Most of 7 till 9 at night. I probably finish around 9:30 every night. So my day is quite long.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously it adapts according to ODIs, and will obviously adapt according to T20s. Obviously,
yes, everything adapts. T20s, you're not going to get much one days and day night games. You're not getting much treatment after the day's play. So you're obviously doing you're checking how guys are. You're assessing them subjectively. If someone's injured, we'd have to either get them to a hospital to get scans done. You're icing them. But yeah, not much happening at 11 o'clock at night after day-night game,
Just to follow up to that, you mentioned some of the stuff that you get ready for some of the players. Is there anything bizarre that any of the guys ask for?
Not really, It's more about keeping those fingers in order, because they take quite a bashing. So a lot of the stuff is finger guards and protectors and soft silicone stuff to help absorb impact of the cricket ball.
Okay.
But nothing too bizarre.
No fancy drinks or anything that they specifically ask for.
No, we mainly get hydration stuff out. So everyone's in drinking that, and obviously because of everyone can't really take stuff that can be tested positive for. So that's all scrutinized.
Cool. Then finally, just some advice to young aspiring physios that are trying to do the same thing that you are doing.
Yeah, when you get into physio, it can be demoralizing at times, because when you don't do much sport during your physiotherapy course, and you in hospitals and you're treating things that you don't necessarily feel that is glamorous. Not to say sports physiotherapy is glamorous. It's actually nice to be part of, but it's quite stressful.
Mm-hmm.
But if guys really want to get into sport, it takes time. You got to do a lot of free hours. You got to get involved. You gotta hustle. I think the biggest thing in sports physiotherapy is probably trying to hustle and trying to work for teams at no charge, to just get a foot through the door. And you keep an email doesn't cost a cent, so you keep sending emails.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna receive it one day and keep your email and CV, which happened to me. And I was at Brackenfell Nando's when I got the call. So in 2008, I was buying at Brackenfell Nando's, and I got a call from Evan Speechley.
Okay, awesome.